Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to Breakfast with Ben. My name is Ben Barber, and I am so excited to be joining you here today live on Monday, September 16th. The time right now is 9:02 a.m., and we are it's been a little bit of a crazy morning, but um, thrilled to be here with you this morning. We have a lot of stuff going on. It's a beautiful day once again. It was a fantastic weekend for Musqueamicut Beach Fall Fest this past weekend. One of the best that I can remember in recent memory. It was gorgeous out every single day of the week. Today is more of the same, plenty of sunshine, 71 degrees, winds east southeast at 5 miles an hour. Humidity 69%, UV index of 6. Sunset tonight is at 6:53 p.m. Oh God, I've been doing a weather report every day for like 90 days, and it has made me so sad to watch it go from 8:45 to 6:53 or 8:30 to 6:53. This is crazy. But the sunset today is at 6:53 p.m. Mostly the same tomorrow, 73 degrees, and then on Wednesday we might have some evening showers, Thursday showers, and then a pretty good weekend. So the first day of spring, the first official day of fall, which is next Saturday or Sunday, one of those 2 days, um, is going to be, it should be a nice one, honestly. So, um, yeah, it looks like 68 degrees or so. So that is good. Let me take a look at the tides here. And the tides for today, we just had a high tide at 8. Let's see here. We are at Monday the 16th. So high tide was at 8:01. The next high tide is at 8:21 tonight. And then low tide today will be at 2:50 p.m. So that is your 321 weather report brought to you by Rios Barbershop today. And I'm going to be joined. I'm excited for this morning's Breakfast with Ben because in just a second, I am going to be joined by Paul Gencarella Jr., and he is always a force of positivity. So I'm really looking forward to that today.
Are you looking for a fresh cut in Westerly? Step into Rio's Barber Shop in Granite Plaza. Whether it's a classic trim or a trendy new look, we've got you covered. Experience the perfect cut for every age and style in a friendly and relaxed atmosphere. At Rio's, it's not just a haircut, it's an experience. Visit Rio's Barber Shop in the Granite Plaza in Westerly or give us a call to schedule your appointment at 401-315-2208. Your style, our craft, Rio's Barber Shop.
All right, Paul, how are you?
I'm doing well, Ben. How are you making out this morning?
I'm good. It's a hectic Monday, but I'm doing pretty good. What's new, man? It's been a little bit.
Yeah, things have been going well. I've been doing a lot of outside work for sure, and that's been a good thing. I planted some grass on the 31st of August.
Nice.
We haven't had rain since then, so I've been watering twice a day, every day like clockwork, waiting for some rain to come in so I don't have to water. And I haven't had that capability yet. It's crazy. But I'm loving the weather we're having right now. And by the way, the first day of autumn is on the 22nd, Sunday the 22nd.
Sunday the 22nd.
According to my calendar, anyway.
Well, I knew it was either the 21st or the 22nd.
I thought it was the 21st.
Sometimes it'll go to the 20th. Well, it depends, right? It's listen, I did this. There should be 13 months.
Why do you say that? Why do you say that?
Because if there were 13 months,
yeah,
the year would be divided evenly. So right now there are 365 days, right? And because of that, you have 28 days in February, except every 4 years you have 29. You also have these months that don't make sense, right? 30 days have September, April, June, and November. All the rest have 31 except for February. It's not necessary. If you had 13 months of 28 days, that would be 364 days. If you then made New Year's Day its own day, that was a special holiday that didn't fall in any month, that's the 365th day. You can do the same thing with leap day, right? Every 4 years. Then calendars make sense, planning makes sense, salaries make sense. When you, like right now, if you get paid a salary monthly, sometimes you get paid more, sometimes you get paid less. If you get paid every week on a Friday, every 3 months you get an extra, like it would be easier to plan financially. It would be easier to break up into 13-week quarters for yourself as a business owner. There should be 13 months.
All right. Well, should we call Congress? What should we do? Should we get Jack Reed on the phone? How about a breakfast with Jack Reed? Tell him to get this thing straightened out.
Listen, they're never going to do it, but there should be 13 months.
No, it makes sense from what you're saying, and I'm taking it based on what you're saying as accuracy. That's 13 divided by 365 or whatever it is.
Yeah. It divides into 364, but then you have, my idea was to have New Year's Day as unincorporated territory. So I didn't know. I went on a walk one morning like 2 years ago and thought about this and just made a TikTok about it, and it blew up. And I had like 1 million views or whatever on it. And everybody was, so Hank Green is like a big science influencer, right? He's like the next generation's Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Okay.
He responded. He commented on the video and then made another video about it and was like, yeah, this guy's right.
Really?
Absolutely. Yeah. Now I didn't know that this is a popular, I mean, the idea of January 1st being or New Year's Day being its own thing and stuff like that is original, but I didn't realize that a lot of people have said this, but it makes sense because it's math, man. Just makes sense. Anyway.
But January 1st there's going to be January 1st, and then prior to that will be New Year's Day.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Every 4 years you have to have the leap year because you don't want snow in August, so to speak, in a few,
Exactly. And what I said was like, what would be great about it, right, is that like today is Monday the 16th, right?
Right.
What day of the week is the 16th of October? Go.
Yeah, I know. I don't know.
Right? You'd have to look at
I would know if this was done.
But for a year, you'd be like, the 16th is on Monday every month this year.
Right.
Now, what people had a complaint about that is so my birthday, if my birthday was the 16th, it would always be a Monday. No, because of the leap year and because of the New Year's Day, it still always rotates, right?
Right.
So next year, being 2025, next year the 16th of every month would be on a Tuesday. Right.
And so every 4 years it rotates.
No, every year it rotates. Every year it still rotates. The day of the week being like, so, okay.
Oh yeah, I got you. Because it's 365. We still have the New Year's Day, then the 1st of January.
You still have the extra day. So it's still rotating, right? So
every year. Right. Okay.
Yeah. So but the 16th of every month right now would be a Monday. And then next year it would be a Tuesday. And then in 2028, it would jump 2, etc. So anyway, I don't know how we got on this topic.
Well, Ben, I think we solved it. By the way, October 16th is a Wednesday. I got my wall calendar over there. But I think we're onto something here. I really do. I think we solved a lot of issues. But I think the only drawback would be that people said, well, geez, I don't want, it to be repetitive like that for the whole year. It wouldn't.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
I do.
You want to be able to plan. You want to be
Yeah.
able to plan. Trust
More
me.
accurately anyway. Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah,
I'd like to
yeah,
know
yeah.
April 16th is going to be, well, okay, it's coming into December. It's going to be a Tuesday, not a Monday, because it's a Monday now. So
Yep. How easy would that be?
I'm going to contact Jack Reed. He'll be in touch with your people. You guys will have a show about it, and we're gonna make hay.
That sounds good. I think I'm talking to Jack Reed tomorrow, actually.
Well, then let this be known to him. Then the environmental issues.
Yeah,
this is
absolutely.
more important.
This is more important. Listen, I know we got a lot of stuff going on. Who presidential election? Who wants my vote? The person that's going to make it 13 months.
Right, exactly. Right.
All right. Anyway, what have you been up to?
I have been continuing to study every day from a self-discovery standpoint. And Ben, let me tell you, it's fascinating. Things that you learn, things that you come across every day. We run into outside circumstances that can be troubling. Tribulations, trials, whatever have you. You and I just corresponded about 25, probably 40 minutes ago with an issue. We can't let the negativity of the world to consume us, and we can't let the fear of someone being elected to consume how we're going to think, feel, and act. We just can't be that way. And it's funny, I was reading a quote that was emailed to me today was, being positive isn't pretending that everything is good, but seeing the good in everything. And it's hard to accept that quote when you had the death of a loved one, the illness of someone close to you, a broken marriage, a relationship with your children that's gone south, a relationship at work, whatever have you. But you can find grace in suffering. And if you study this long enough, it starts to consume you. It really does. And that's really what I was studying the other day when it came to our goals and our objectives and our desires. Some people don't have one. And when you don't have a goal or desire, you're just kind of floating in space and letting the wind dictate where you'll go. But if you read a lie long enough, you'll start to believe it. And that's like our goals, right? That's what we're trying to do, whether it's a financial goal, a career goal, a relationship goal, all those types of things. So that's kind of what I've been, coming to grips with, because it's a challenge. 50 years of my life, I was, focusing on a certain way. Now I'm focusing on a different way. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, absolutely. You talk a lot about mindset and how to, it's a little bit of law of attraction, a little bit of, I'm a big person on setting goals and trying to reach those goals, but a lot of times, we either fall short or we have limiting beliefs around those goals. And we fall back into bad habits of things. How do you avoid falling back into bad habits when you're trying to sort out these new goals for yourself?
Yeah, it's a very difficult thing because we all have a paradigm and several paradigms, and that's in our subconscious mind, and that controls pretty much all of our habitual behavior. And almost all of our behavior is habitual, Ben. So when I'm going after a goal and have it in my sights, it's almost unbelievable and unattainable in a certain respect, because that's what we want. We want the point of a goal isn't for achievement, but for growth. So when we set that goal, what needs to happen is we need to become passionate about that goal. We need to become emotional about that goal. It needs to drive us emotionally, because what you'll understand is that emotion is stronger than logic. All the purchases that we make are all emotional. All of them are emotional and justified logically. And what we have to understand is when we have that goal up here, we need to become emotional about it. But down here where we are, We need to become neutral and not too emotional about our present results that we don't want. So when we become neutral here and emotional up here, it begins to bring us up to that point, Ben. And if it's reversed, if we're too emotional here and neutral where we're going, it's not gonna bring that level up. So what I do is with my gratitude exercises. Every day I write 10 things down that I'm grateful for, and that helps me to keep things in check and to keep moving forward. And there's times when I said, geez, I don't have to do that today. That's the first thing that I'll do then. When I start thinking that way, when I start thinking that, no, I don't have to do this or I don't have to do that, that's what I do. I do that same thing, whether it be prospecting calls or whatever have you been. So it's not an easy thing, but it's a simple process. It just needs to be repetitive. And once we repeat it enough, it becomes a bit easier to do, if that makes any sense.
No, that makes a lot of sense. And I love what you said there. Emotion is stronger than logic. We see that in so many aspects of life. Tell me about your gratitude practice, writing down 10 things that you're grateful for every day.
Yeah, I've been doing that probably since 2020. Just before COVID, actually. January before COVID was March 13th when everything fell out. But I did it first, Ben, reluctantly. I'm like, oh, what a pain in the neck. I got to do this task now. But I was locked into my mentor, doing what he was telling me to do. And I was focused on enough in doing that. And I started creating a habit in doing that. And I didn't realize the benefit of it until I began to experience some trials and tribulations, normal weekly, daily things, but I was able to deflect them much easier now. And I use this gratitude exercises that I did every day as ammunition in my quiver, so to speak. So now when you're struggling with depression or anxiety, you don't have to try to figure out how to get out of it. You have the material right there to bring you out of it. So you're not going to a deep low, but maybe a little bit of a low. And then you can kind of level out. So that's been a great help to me. But it's also understanding how powerful emotion is. Like the Wright brothers that developed the airplane in 1903 or 1908, whatever it was. They were considered. What's that?
Oh, 1903, I believe.
Okay, all right. But nonetheless, we can look at that and see their dad was a pastor. He thought they were demonic. He thought they were possessed by evil spirits because there's nothing heavier than air that's going to fly. It's impossible. But just look at us, 68 years later from that, or whatever it was, 66, whatever. We landed on the moon. You know what I mean? It's that crazy where emotion can take you. All these people, Walt Disney, Sir Edmund Hillary, Roger Bannister, everybody that broke an achievement, a goal, climbed the top of the world, they all had an emotion, a passion, and they really set logic aside. And that's what we need to do day to day. How am I going to get this stuff done this week? Oh my God, I have so much. Just focus on what needs to be done today, and don't do the menial things. But we tend to get wrapped up in the menial things of life.
We most certainly get wrapped up in the menial things of life. I am constantly finding myself bogged down in the menial. And it's, sometimes it's hard to have lofty goals and ambitions or even like, and what is a lofty goal and ambition? Like, it's not just work related. It's not just business related. It's not for an entrepreneur. Maybe it's, quitting smoking. Maybe it's starting a family. Maybe it's, battling some sort of an addiction. Maybe it's traveling. There are so many different things, and it's different for every person. And it's really important to take something that, and I'm going to talk about something that is personal for me, is I don't allow myself very much quiet time. and I think that that is a big issue for me.
too.
I constantly I'm either working, so I'm actively doing something, or which generally speaking means talking to people or editing things, something involving a screen, something involving audio, something involving video, or something involving a real live human being. When I'm not doing that, I'm generally listening to something or watching something, or and I don't I don't give myself a lot of quiet time to reflect or to sit with my thoughts. And there's a quote that I love from a song. I'm gonna look it up so I don't get it wrong. Why am I pushing away what silence has to say?
Yeah,
Is the quote. And like,
that's me. I push it away.
yeah. I have almost no time in my day that is just silence, which is crazy, right?
Yeah, it is.
Because like you mentioned, the Wright brothers, 110 years ago, there were no for the majority of human existence, there was no like audio devices, there were no video devices, there was no way to play music unless you had a musician in front of you with instruments. And people worked, whether it be in the fields or at their profession, whatever it was, with the exception of conversation and the other things happening, there's nothing but silence. And it's not actual silence, but like just existing in your day. Like, and that is, it used to boggle my mind for real, to watch and to think about, whenever I would see old movies or something with someone in an office, and they're sitting in an office without a computer and they just have paperwork. And I always would go like, how do you know what to do all day? like I couldn't fit, like, in my head intellectually, I was like, I don't understand how these people know what to do all day. Like, I would be bored out of my mind sitting in a room with just some pieces of paper or lots of pieces of paper, and like not have a computer at my fingertips or my phone or a radio in the room even, like, and like that constant barrage of information that we have now. I don't even mean information like news. I mean information like, like putting on a YouTube video or listening to music or whatever. That constant barrage of serotonin that we get from these things can't be good for us mentally.
Yeah. Well, to a point. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. There's good in everything if you look at it, but with moderation, I guess, in a certain respect. What I want to know from you, because this is important, Ben. This is actually critical. When you mentioned that you're not giving silence enough time or giving yourself enough time to be silent, I was told, and this I did, but I didn't continue with it, that I need to be still, silent, and in solitary, solitude, so many minutes a day. So I started at 1 minute, and I did it for 5 minutes up to, I think it was a 60-day period, but then I slowly weaned off of it. You need to tell yourself, okay, even if it's going for a walk, which you're not being still, but you're still moving, and that's still a good thing, where you even walking around the block, you know what I mean? Union Street, Dixon Square, that to me might be, a game changer for you. That could, and that's what, 10, 15 minutes, it's just a matter of making that time.
But on my walks, I got this guy.
No, you do. But then the other thing is you could shut that down and just sit in your chair and force yourself for 60 seconds just to focus. And any thoughts that come in, just keep dismissing them, accept them and dismiss them, and just let that come and go and breathe and just focus on your breathing and pay attention to your breathing. And then that 1 minute might turn into, 10. Who knows? I know people that meditate an hour a day, which I just think is mind-boggling, which it's really not as mind-boggling anymore because I understand where they're coming from, So I don't think I could possibly get to that point this year, but I got up to 5 minutes and I thought that was a lot of solitary, silent stillness and just focusing on my breathing, and it really does help. And that's the other thing with bedtime. We need to make an alarm for our bedtime, not so much to wake up, but to go to sleep. And that's what I do. And I don't tell people you need to get more sleep. I just say you need to get better sleep. So they're up for that. People saying, okay, fine. I don't have to get more. That's fine. I can still continue doing them, but just prepare yourself for bed. So now that you have a better night's rest.
I have an alarm. I have an alarm every night at 10:32 that goes off that says "Go to sleep, asshole." It's good in theory.
Well, as long as you're preparing yourself. In other words, I set an alarm for 8:30. And I'm in bed at 9 o'clock. So that 30 minutes I'm reading, I'm pumping inspirational stuff. The blue light's off, the TV's off. And that's how I'm preparing myself.
Yeah. Opposite. I that alarm goes off and then some people are snoozing their morning alarm, which I do sometimes. But Jackie, how often do I snooze the 10:30 go to bed asshole alarm? The go to bed one. How often do I? Every night I just hit that and then I ignore it completely. Yeah. Yep.
How does Jackie know?
How does Jackie know? She's my partner. She's my girlfriend. She's here every night.
Clarify that.
What's that?
I didn't know if Jackie was a guy or a girl. I didn't know.
Oh, yeah. No, Jackie's hey Jackie. Love you. Anyway.
Jackie, I'm sorry to bring that up. I apologize.
She's fine.
Who is this guy?
That's all right. But every single night, right? So my 6:30 alarm in the morning, I get up with that 98% of the time.
Good.
There is one thing that I've been trying to do is to take that alarm. I'm sorry, my phone. So my couch in our living room, the couch has USB ports on both sides.
Okay.
And on a good night, on a night when I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing, I will plug my phone into that USB port on the side of the couch and put it on the coffee table and then go to bed. So in the bedroom, no phone. Right? And that way, when the alarm gets up at 6:30, I have to get up and go get it. Or else it's going to be annoying and it's going to her up, and without fail, I get up and go get it when it's out there. I will have like a good week of doing that, and then I will bring that phone back to bed with me so that I can scroll and have it on my night table. And it is, and it's a crutch, and it's a I noticed a long time ago that in the morning, if I grab my phone and start to scroll on something, even if it's work. Well, because a lot of my work is on my phone. Like I can do a lot of my job on my phone. Mm-hmm. But I noticed a very long time ago that if I get up, like my most productive time of the day is 6:30 in the morning to 11:30 in the morning.
Okay.
But man, if I grab that phone and start going on Reddit or Facebook or Instagram or TikTok or YouTube or whatever, I am donezo for the rest of the day.
Yeah.
Like my anxiety goes up, my attention span goes down. Like it really affects me if I spend a good portion of my morning on that.
Yeah. And you know shouldn't be doing it. You know, how many times we know all these things we shouldn't do and we still do them. It's because of our paradigms. That's why we have to shift our paradigm. So instead of scrolling on your phone in bed, you're going to roll over and give Jackie a back rub. You know?
She's not there. She's not there. She's not there. She's not there.
Well, that's a problem then.
Well, she's not there. She's not. That's a whole different thing. That's a sleep schedule thing.
So my point is you need to replace a behavior with another positive behavior, or a negative behavior will fill that.
Yes,
that void. It will.
I'm trying to get every night. I try to get the cat to come up and lay down with me. I love going to sleep and just closing my eyes and petting the cat while the cat's next to me. That's great. Problem is, cat's obsessed with Jackie, right?
Yeah.
So as soon as she's not there, she's like, "Oh, I'm going to go see what she's doing in her office." It's terrible. But anyway, my point is that like I can feel the difference in those two things, but it is habitual, and it's a dopamine addiction at that point, I believe.
Yeah,
and
I agree with you.
So it's very hard to break that. But these are the interesting. I love talking to you, Paul. I love talking to you about this stuff because it's something
enjoyable.
New. It's something new every time. And
right.
What is if you could give people one piece of advice today to take away from this conversation, what would it be?
Yeah, and that's hard to say because it's such a blanket thing. But especially on a Monday, I prepare for my week on Sunday evening. So try to wake up knowing exactly what you're going to be doing, as opposed to getting to the office and figuring out what to do. So just have your schedule planned the night before. Like my clothes for the gym are in the car the night before, ready, my bag's ready to go. So plan for the next day the night before. And that's a habitual thing. It's a habit forming thing that you need to do, but even mentally preparing. So that's my piece of advice to the audience at this point.
Awesome.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Paul. And Paul, where can people find you?
Yeah, best place to find me, probably my text line, 401-741-0162, or they can email me at my email address.
What is the phone number again?
401-741-0162. They can just shoot a text right into there because it's
All right. You can text Paul at 401-741-0162. And thank you so much, Paul, for being here. I really appreciate it. You are awesome.
Ben, thank you.
Ooh, I can delete the Fall Fest video because we just finished Fall Fest. It was great. It was a beautiful weekend at the beach.
Fantastic.
Beautiful, packed parking lot the whole time. So
awesome.
It was great. All right, Paul, I will see you soon. Thank you so much, man. I always appreciate it.
Be well. Bye-bye now.
All right, guys, we are going to be here live tonight at 4:30 for the Westerly Bulldogs versus Charahoe Chargers JV football game. Not something that we usually cover, but since it is Westerly versus Charahoe, and a lot of those JV team members from Westerly are from the undefeated Pee-wee's Super Bowl champions from last year, we figured it would be a great rivalry game to cover. So tonight, 4:30, Westerly versus Charahoe. And then at 7 p.m., we will have the girls soccer team who is facing the Westerly Bulldogs girls soccer team. Sorry, we cover three schools now. I have to be very specific. So at 7 p.m., it is Westerly girls soccer versus South Kingstown. That is what's planned for tonight on 321. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate it, and we will see you soon. As a matter of fact, at 10 a.m., we will be live this morning with the first episode ever of In the Eye of the Law with attorney Jim Howe. So make sure you tune in for that. Bye for now.
Hi, this is Dan from Lathrop Insurance. In this challenging insurance environment, Lathrop Insurance can be your beacon in the storm to help you find the coverage you need at the right price. Now, more than ever, you need a partner in the insurance industry that can work with multiple carriers to make sure you have the right coverage at the right price. Lathrop Insurance carries home, auto, and business insurance and can be reached at 401-596-2525. We've been supporting the local community since 1939, and we look forward to working with you.
Hot summers and cold winters can be unbearable, but D&V Mechanical has the solution for you. As a Mitsubishi Diamond dealer, we provide energy-efficient and personalized comfort solutions for your home. Our experienced technicians will install your new system quickly and efficiently, ensuring your complete satisfaction. Don't suffer through another season of discomfort. Contact D&V Mechanical today for a personalized ductless mini-split installation that fits your lifestyle. D&V Mechanical, your comfort is our top priority.
Hi, I'm Chris Kozłowski, owner of Broadview Florist and Garden Center in Dunn's Corners. For over 40 years, our family-owned business has been your go-to destination for beautiful, custom-made floral arrangements. Whether it's a special event or just to brighten up your day, we create highest quality designs tailored just for you. Trust Broadview Florists to make every moment unforgettable. Visit us today or give us a call at 401-322-0390.
Are you looking for a fresh cut in Westerly? Step into Rio's Barber Shop in Granite Plaza. Whether it's a classic trim or a trendy new look, we've got you covered. Experience the perfect cut for every age and style in a friendly and relaxed atmosphere. At Rio's, it's not just a haircut, it's an experience. Visit Rio's Barber Shop in the Granite Plaza in Westerly or give us a call to schedule your appointment at 401-315-2208. Your style, our craft, Rio's Barber Shop.
I am Jim Howe. My practice is focused on representing people injured in car accidents, representing people injured in premises liability, represent people in all walks of life. I say all the time that I represent the underdog, and by the underdog I mean the person who is injured and is facing lawyers that are hired by insurance companies. If you unfortunately find yourself injured in an automobile collision or in any other circumstance where insurance may come into play, think of giving me a call.
Experience local excellence with Roof Right Roofing in Charlestown, Rhode Island. With over 40 years of unmatched expertise, Roof Right specializes in architectural shingles and holds the prestigious title of GAF Master Elite Installers. Known for their commitment to the community and support for local initiatives, Roof Right is your trusted partner for all of your home's roofing needs. Call today for a free estimate at 401-212-4140.
Ever thought about leveling up your fitness game in a fun and meaningful way? Kiefer's Martial Arts on Granite Street has everything you're looking for. Kickboxing, Muay Thai, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and of course, adult karate. It's not just about getting fit, it's about building your self-confidence, discipline, and that unstoppable feeling you get from all your hard work. Stop into Kiefer's Martial Arts today to sign up.
What's going on, Westerly? It's Patrick down here at the Wireless Zone at Dunn's Corners, Verizon authorized retailer. And right now is the best time to come on in and get a brand new phone. We are offering our hottest new 5G phones, the iPhone 15, the S24 Pixel 8 for free with a trade-in. And the best part is 5G is finally coming down here to Westerly and the surrounding areas. So make sure you're on the best network and get it for free when you're on the right plan. Come see us at 224 Post Road.
Brunch has arrived at Surf Cantina every Saturday and Sunday, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. And don't miss our weekly specials like Monday Night Industry Night, Taco Tuesday with DJ Trivia, $1 Wing Wednesdays, Reggae Thursdays, DJs every weekend at 10 p.m., and karaoke on Sundays at 8. Only at Surf Cantina, 15 Canal Street in downtown Westerly.